Good morning, folks. It's another beauty day up on the Bruce. Tuesday, second day of my adventure here, and it's about 11 o'clock. 13, 14 degrees. Yeah, not full sun, maybe a little bit overcast, which is nice because it feels a lot warmer when you're working this hard. And yeah, so here is what I got to this morning. I found bedrock, interestingly enough. So I am about 46 inches down and I hit bedrock, and I've got about a 12-inch hole there. So yeah, this morning using every tool in the arsenal. I got the roto hammer with a 36-inch bit, 5/8 bits, and I will drill the stone, drill the rock, basically in 2 or 3 spots to try to weaken it, and then I'll put my the tool I showed you last night. I don't know what to call this. Power. Let me see. T-bar. It's not T-bar. I don't know. Rock breaker. Manual rock breaker. Maybe that's what it is. So I'll put the point of that into my hole that I drilled, and then just hit it like I'm driving T-bar. And if that sinks in there pretty good without doing anything, then I'll hit the top of that with the sledgehammer. And it's actually all a pretty good working height, but it is exhausting. So I don't know, 3 hours yesterday, another 2 hours this morning, and so anyway, that is done. That hole is done. So this is kind of the line that the gate is going to cross. Now of course I got a dilemma. So X marks the spot, gives me 20 feet across. So the gates alone are 20 feet, and then there's hinges, and then the big threaded rod that the hinge sits on. So that puts me out to 21 feet 4 inches. So 21 feet 4 inches in that spot puts me into that cedar stump. So that's not going to work. So I can either go forward or back of that. Now, if I go too far forward or back, then the angle of the fence across the driveway gets really hairy. And, to the eye, your eye catches it when it gets too far off of 90 degrees to the driveway. So I found a spot poking around in here that may work. I'm at 21 feet 10 inches. That will work if I can get down far enough. This spot I definitely feel like I can get down further, but that's going to mean one of two things. Either the gates are going to overlap, which aesthetically isn't that appealing. It looks like a mistake in your measuring. Or I can take the gates back home and cut them, re-weld them, and then get them hot dipped again for the galvanizing. So considerable time and expense involved in that. Right now I've got them pretty much as closed up as they can go. Like they are touching, they're overlapping, which I'm not a fan of, but that is the minimum at 21 foot 4, or 21 foot 4 is the minimum how they touch like that. So at 22 feet I can have a gap in between. I can have more adjustability on my hinge for any movement there. So I mean, that is ideal if I can get a hole down in that area. The angle across the driveway for the gate is it's not quite 90, but I don't think your eye will really catch it. I guess that's the only thing left to do is to start the same process over again on this side and see how far down I can get. Now definitely this side is higher. So the sonotube will be probably level with the ground on this side, and then it'll be out of the ground maybe 6-8 inches on that side. That's not a big deal at all. The big story here is going to be, if I can get down far enough, there's the remains of a look like a balsam fir right beside that. Well, not right beside, but a foot away. So there's definitely going to be roots. There was some healthy cedar up here, definitely going to be roots. You know, I'm not saying there's not going to be roots in this area, but when I put the rock bar down, I could sink that rock bar probably 24 inches down pretty easily. So we will see. I think, you know, because I can weld and I do go to the galvanizer all the time, I think I would rather shorten the gates than have them overlap and look like, you know, something that I'm not happy with, you know, for the next 30, 40 years if I'm lucky. So anyhow, I am going to start that and see how we make out. Last night, spent the night in the tent, and yeah, that was great. A couple, you know, doubled up on the sleeping bags and a wool blanket. It got down to 4, and I was comfortable. Didn't have any heat on, didn't need any heat. You know, woke up this morning around 7, kind of stayed in the sleeping bags, sent a few emails from there and let it warm up, and yeah, that's nice. A few black flies floating around. I think we're getting closer to that moment when we're gonna get swarmed. But my friend Kevin's on his way down, so I will pick it up then. Thanks. Okay, friends, well, that's the end of day 2, and turned out pretty well. Had a lot of rocks to get through, but we're making some headway, so stay tuned for day 3.